Angels Care Home Health, serving Hayes and the surrounding areas, is a Medicare-certified home health agency providing quality skilled nursing and restorative therapy services to patients in their homes.
I love the nurses that come and see me.
Angels Care is there to help 24 hours a day, and all services are covered 100% by Medicare for patients who are eligible.
Since I learned about Angel Care, I would recommend them to anybody.
Angels Care Home Health. We serve patients.
Hello and welcome again to Community Connection from Eagle Community Television. Thanks for watching. Thanks as always to the producer of our series, an editor, and the guy behind the camera, Jeff Durall. We're at High Plains Independence Incorporated, 1200 Canterbury in Hayes. That's just behind the bingo house, if you will, as we visit with the executive director of High Plains Independence, Gina Anderson. Talk a little about High Plains Independence and an event that's coming up by NAMI, the Family to Family event. Let's start with High Plains Independence. First of all, Gina, what is it?
High Plains Independence is a program that is funded by KDADS, which is the Kansas Department of Disability, Aging and Disability, and it is a not-for-profit self-help group. Basically, we do a lot of groups here. We teach people about what their mental illness is, how they can help themselves to become better people in society. We also provide an outlet when the professionals are unavailable. We're open 6 days a week, especially on weekends. That's when people tend to have their downtime and maybe get in crisis. We are consumer run, which means everybody that comes out here and all employees have a mental illness of some sort. Most of us are in recovery. We're doing very well. I have been executive director for 3.5 years now. And each year the state requires more things from us. When we started in 1992, we were called a drop-in center, which was just a place for people to hang out. And so our funding went to TV, popcorn, movies, things like that, bowling, outside excursions. And over the years, it's gone to a recovery-based program. And so more is required of us. I am a certified peer specialist, certified through the state of Kansas. And that means that at some point, I can be paid by the HMOs for providing one-on-one service for people that are in need. Right now, High Plains Mental Health Center has the only certified peer specialists that are paid right now, but the state is looking to open that up. And so I have 2 people here at my center who have been certified, and we have 2 or 3 going at the beginning of the year. So it's a continuum of learning how to better equip yourself. And we work on busting stigma, which is also a part of what NAMI is about. We are advocacy. We work hand in hand with NAMI. I am on the NAMI steering committee. And so, and our people go to the NAMI meetings and are active in that as well. So we try different venues to offer them a way to find their niche in life. And many of us are very educated. I'm a graduate of Fort Hays State in 2006. I went back after I got stabilized and got my bachelor's degree in social work. And so groups and things are very easy for me to do.
I was going to ask you about the person-to-person. Is that in a one-to-one situation, or is that a group session with High Plains Independence?
With, if you go into the certified peer specialist, it's one-on-one, but almost everything else is group. Although I do have an open door policy. If somebody wants to talk privately, then we can do that. We offer groups ranging from like depression support to budget to we have dual diagnosis, which involves people who have a mental illness and some sort of an addiction, whether it be to alcohol, drugs, eating, whatever. We meet once a week for that, and that's a more formal group. We also have ACA, which is Adult Children of Alcoholics. We started that with this new funding. That meets once a week. It is going very well. We have 12, 13 members every time for that. And at this point, it's not open to the public. You have to be receiving services of some sort to be a member out here or have received services in the past. That's a requirement by the state. We hope to do that in the public, out in the community at a later date.
Wow, Gina, it sounds like High Plains Independence covers a lot of life issues for a lot of different people.
We do. We host a Thanksgiving Day buffet here every year. It started out where a lot of people before my time, they took people just to the community dinner. And when I started coming back in 2008, I started cooking it. I love to cook it. So now that I'm getting older and have a little bit of physical disabilities, I've engaged other people to help. And so we put that on, and sometimes we invite family members because it does show that, we aren't those people, that need to be, in years past, either locked up or kept separate from society. So that's what we work on, is how to become as normal as we can be, whatever normal is.
And that's something that's still to be determined, I think, Gina.
Right.
Tell me about a little bit about NAMI. We want to move to that area, but behind us is the poster, Mental Health in My Community. Now, Jeff's going to take a closer look at that for folks on our Community Connection. What is it?
Well, it's a poster put out by SAMHSA, which is a federal organization that works with mental health, addiction, substance abuse, and it offers a way to show that mental health affects every aspect of life, from going to school, to in our homes, to in our jobs, to where we play, hang out. There are people that suffer that, and a lot of them suffer in silence. So this kind of shows that it's non-discriminatory.
And it's also connected, too, with a community connection, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, there's help everywhere, and we are becoming less afraid to tell our story.
Okay, let's talk about the NAMI event coming up called Family to Family, of which you are going to be
I'm the co-chair.
Co-chair of.
And we start on January 12th, and the program runs from 6:30 to 9. It's a 12-week program. It's on Thursday nights. And like I said, we're starting January 12th, and we will end in March. We're going to try to end before Easter. We're trying to get away from the holidays. And basically, what we do there is we teach family members, how mental illness affects their families, and how they can grasp tools and have understanding of how to help, and what to look for signs when their family member is maybe decomping. With decomp meaning they're getting off, maybe showing signs of falling back in their illness, taking a step backwards. We also discuss several programs, or several classes discuss the main mental health issues of psychiatric diagnosis. We cover schizophrenia, bipolar, major depression, and personality disorders. Now, we don't go into a lot of detail. We do not, we tell them up front we are not the experts. We have just been given some tools to work to share with them. And it also gives them the ability and the confidence to go and ask professionals the specific questions about their loved ones. Mostly, it's to give them, I don't know, a foundation of where to start and how to, like I said, how to help their loved ones achieve success.
Who should attend?
Anybody that has a family member, anybody that is a parent, anybody that wants to, that has a loved one of some sort. And it can also be, it says family to family, but it's also flexible to, if your best friend has a mental illness and you want to know how to deal with it, come on down, give us a try. That's what we say. The first 3 sessions are very instrumental, the first 3 classes, but they can also be, give you an idea whether you want to stay or whether you want to leave.
How about cost?
It doesn't cost a thing. NAMI National takes care of the cost, NAMI State, both of which we have. NAMI Hayes, our affiliate group, we cover cost of printing and things like that to get the booklets ready for the individuals.
Class size limited, though, I would assume.
Yeah,
right?
we limit it to 25. Just because if we get any more than that, it gets hard to build the rapport that we want built by the sharing that goes on.
How do people sign up for it?
Okay, the number to call is 785-259-6859. That's, you leave your name and number. It's a
Message phone?
message phone, yes, thank you. And we will get back with you, and we will come out, one of us, either Mary Akins or I, will come out and gather information and sign you up.
Mary Akins working with you as the
Yes,
co-
she's the lead teacher this time. I just finished my class in October, so this will be my first time teaching, so I'm really excited about that.
And Mary's going to be there for your support, too.
Oh, yes, yes.
Gina, we only have a couple of minutes left, but there's something that you would like to share with us. A piece of prose that came about. Tell us about that.
Basically, this is in memory of my brother. I grew up in a home where my brother had schizophrenia, but we didn't know it. It was back in the early 60s, and they didn't have, he spent most of his life in an institution. And when he died, I wrote this because I couldn't get back to his funeral because it was back in Ohio. So may I go?
Please.
All right. This is about Dwight Bernard Lee, born 3/10 of 48 and died 4/24 of 07. You have changed my life forever by just being my brother. You are alive in my calling to others who hurt, who struggle to understand the dynamics of mental illness. Because of your struggle and illness, I have become your voice. I grew stronger by having you as a brother. I was years ahead of my time in recognizing that you were sick and in need of help. But what did I know? I was but a child. I knew no one was to blame as I searched to understand what had happened in the human mind. I took the story of our family and ran, searching for answers anywhere I could. I was not silent, rather inquisitively asking questions until I was able to get answers. I read books, searched the internet, and later worked at the state hospital for a couple of months, learning about this disease called schizophrenia, trying to compartmentalize in my mind just what happened to our family. I have studied and am beginning to understand that you had no control over the causes taking place in your body, mind, and spirit. You were as confused as we were, your family members. No one is responsible or to blame for your condition. It just happened. Mental illness is no respecter of persons. It runs havoc over a family, a community, a state, bringing a lifetime of pain for everyone involved. Like a tornado on the ground, 1 minute destroying everything in its path, and the next a still, eerie wind. We are all dealt circumstances in life, then given an opportunity to make choices on the direction and the decisions with which we cope with those circumstances. Do we fold and run inside ourselves, blaming others for those circumstances? Or do we take the risk and dare to think outside the box? Do we continue with chance, hoping for a better hand, living on false hope that the next card dealt will be the saving grace? Or do we take the hand dealt us and make the best of it, learning, changing, and growing with new ideas on how best to utilize those circumstances? We all have choices on which path to go down. Do we strive to understand, standing up for human rights, or do we live a life of bitterness, wishing things could have been different, blaming others for things that were not in their control? In reality, it is a disease of no one's fault. It knows no social, economic boundaries, and can happen in the best of families. Nothing anyone in my family could have done would have changed the course Dwight was to take. The one and only thing we can change is our attitudes, awareness, and acceptance of people and their disease.
Your relationship with your brother set you on a mission, didn't it, Gina?
It did. It really did. I was under teenage years when this started with him.
The Executive Director of High Plains Independence Incorporated, Gina Anderson. Our Community Connection.
Angels Care Home Health, serving Hayes and the surrounding areas, is a Medicare-certified home health agency providing quality skilled nursing and restorative therapy services to patients in their homes.
My Angel Care physical therapist taught me how to do exercises safely.
Angels Care is there to help 24 hours a day, and all services are covered 100% by Medicare for patients who are eligible.
It gives us independence in our home.
Angels Care Home Health. We serve patients.